What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound himself, back in the house. You know when I'm in the house, it's definitely going down. I'm here with a video I made called Why Manny Pacquiao's Legacy is Greater Than Floyd Mayweather's. Don't get to hating. I've been watching Mayweather and following his career since he fought my old coach, Angelo Nunez, back in 97. I've been following Pacquiao's career since 2001 when he fought Ledwaba. So I've been following these guys' careers for a very long time. I'm a big fan of both fighters. People don't get to hating out there on your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. I am not a Mayweather hater. I just have seen a lot of fights in the years. I've seen a lot of exciting moments, glorious moments, fantastic moments in boxing, and I'm just giving you my opinion on who touched me more in their performances, in their fights, and so on. And legacy, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people agree with me. So let's go ahead and get into it. Right here, you see the records of both fighters. I'm gonna come back to this screen a little later. Let's go ahead and touch on some other things such as divisions. Now, we talking about divisions of the fighters have won title belts in. Now, Mayweather, great fighter, undefeated. He's won title belts in 5 different weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? Those weight divisions being super featherweight, lightweight, super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight divisions. Now, you go over to Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? Same type of success, but 8 title belts, different divisions. So, you know, when you look at it, Pacquiao's come from a lower division. He came from flyweight. Started at light flyweight, super bantamweight, featherweight, super featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, then went back down to junior welterweight, you know, and then junior middleweight. Pacquiao's all across the board, and he was smaller than Mayweather, 2 divisions smaller than Mayweather in the beginning. So, you know, when looking at it like that, you got to give Pacquiao the edge in divisions. So Pacquiao, in my eyes, is the winner here in this category. Let's go on to the next category, though. Common opponents. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about this all day. Now, you know, against De La Hoya back in 2007, Floyd Mayweather looked nice, but he had a lot of trouble with Oscar's jab. De La Hoya actually, in my eyes and a lot of eyes, beat Mayweather. He got the unanimous decision. It should have been a split decision, but anyways, Manny Pacquiao fought him a year later, knocked him out of 8 rounds. It was a drained De La Hoya from what he says, but he looked drained in Mayweather fight too. Hey, they both beat up an older De La Hoya. They both could have fought him in 2000, would have been a different fight. But here's where the difference comes in. Pacquiao knocked him out, finished him. De La Hoya had no chance. De La Hoya against Mayweather was competitive. If you go over to the next common opponent they have is Marquez. Mayweather fought Marquez in 2009. Marquez relatively smaller than Mayweather. Pacquiao fought Mayweather not once, but 4 times. Yes, he had the loss in KO in 6, but Marquez had 3 fights prior to figure him out. Pacquiao wins this section when it comes to De La Hoya and Marquez, common opponents. Let's go over the next slide. We're talking about Sugar Shane Mosley now. You know, Floyd Mayweather fought Mosley back in 2010. Unanimous decision over 12 rounds. The only thing, though, Sugar Shane had a little sugar left in that tank. Clocked Mayweather with a good right hand in that second round twice. Almost had him down. Floyd did recover. Had that been a better Mosley, a fresher Mosley, not so old. I mean, he was so damn jittery. He didn't even have his old style. That ain't Shane's style. He's jittering and jucking and jiving and dancing and shit. I'm like, Shane, just grab the walker, walk away from boxing. Because it just hurt my feelings. Then, a year later, Pacquiao fights him. You know, Mayweather and Pacquiao going back and forth with their opponents, trying to vie for a fight against each other. You know, you can see how it goes in the media. But Pacquiao won his fight against Mosley a year later, unanimously. Not only that, he knocked Mosley down in the 3rd round. And from that point on, it was smooth sailing for Pacquiao. No trouble. So in this category, Pacquiao is the winner. He had no problems against Mosley, as where Mayweather did. On to the next category. We're talking about the Ricky Hatton fight. Now, you know, Mayweather fought Ricky Hatton in 2007, 2 years prior to when Pacquiao fought Hatton. Now, Hatton was undefeated and Mayweather was undefeated. It was a big fight of the undefeateds. Floyd Mayweather reigned supreme and won that fight TKO 10 rounds. Now, in 2009, when Manny Pacquiao met up with Ricky Hatton, Pacquiao was a naturally smaller fighter. This is where the difference comes in. He was a naturally smaller fighter as to where when Floyd fought Hatton, Floyd was the bigger fighter. Hatton was a smaller guy. Naturally. So when you're looking at it, Pacquiao, when fought Hatton, KO'd him in 2. Not only that, you could see it coming. It was just one of those like special moments, considered one of the most brutal one-punch knockouts in boxing history. Not only that, he retired Ricky Hatton. Also retired De La Hoya. Something Mayweather didn't do. Pacquiao wins this category also. So, you know, still in the common opponent category, but I'm just saying, you know, wins the category as far as Hatton. Go over to the Cotto fight. Now we're at Cotto. Talking about this fight. Mayweather won 2012. Unanimous decision over 12 rounds. Now look, I don't know if you guys remember the fight. Cotto looked real nice. He was cagey, but a little slower than Floyd Mayweather. That's what won the day for Floyd at the end of the day. Counter-punching, speed, his durability, his ability to adapt, and he beat Cotto in that fight. But he did come out of that fight scathed up, and his face was pretty messed up. That was the first time I've seen Mayweather like that in a long time. Pacquiao had a good war with Cotto. 2009, he had a war with a fresher Cotto. Better, younger. TKO'd him in 12 rounds. Not only that, knocked him down numerous times, hurt Cotto. A lot of people didn't think he was going to be able to do that, but he did. As to where Mayweather had problems with Cotto years later. Pacquiao iced him years prior. Pacquiao wins this section also. Now, this is the screen I made where everybody went, whoa. Common fights against Mexican boxing legends. This is the big difference. Mayweather's fought De La Hoya, Marquez. Common fights against Mexican boxing legends, right? De La Hoya, Marquez. They fought him once each. Cool. Pacquiao fought De La Hoya once, but he fought Marquez 4 times. So when people always say, oh, well, Marquez knocked out Pacquiao, I'm like, who gives a shit? He fought the guy 4 fucking times. He had 3 more times to figure him out. Mayweather fought him once and bounced. Fought De La Hoya once and bounced. Not only did he fight, you know what I'm saying? Not only did Pacquiao fight the top echelon of the Mexican top 3. I mean, look at it. Marquez, Barrera, Morales, 2 fighters that Mayweather has not fought. He didn't even fight Barrera Morales. And if you see, Pacquiao fought Barrera twice, fought Morales 3 times. That's 5 extra fights of wear and tear, plus the 3 extra fights with Marquez. Now, I know a lot of people can say, well, what about the fight with Canelo? And what about Robert Guerrero? You're leaving out other fighters. I'll say, okay, well, what about Margarito? You know, what about big fighters like that? So you want to pick at records, we can go all day. That's why I do common opponents like this. Common Mexican legends. You know, Pacquiao retired De La Hoya. Pacquiao fought De La Hoya once, fought Marquez 4 times. Pacquiao fought Morales 3 times, Barrera twice. Floyd, he fought De La Hoya once, fought Marquez once. Bigger than Marquez when he fought him. Faster, younger than De La Hoya when he fought him. When Barrera and Pacquiao fought the first time, they were prime. They were ready. When he fought Morales, that was a good Morales. When he fought Marquez, that was a prime Marquez. As far as wear and tear and fights fought, Pacquiao has given us, if you look at this, just remember the Barrera fights. Remember the Morales fights. Remember the Marquez fights. How many more great moments has Pacquiao given you than Mayweather? A lot. I mean, these were bang out brawl fights, knockdown, drag out affairs. People complaining about the Mayweather fights. Oh, he's boring. He runs. It's 12 rounds. On the flip side, you get Pacquiao. You're getting all this shit. So he wins this category also. Let's go on to another category. Rematches. Now, we're going to talk about the rematches because this is a big section too. Floyd gives rematches when he believes he loses. If you look, that's the only time he's given a rematch. Jose Luis Castillo, 2002. When did he rematch him? 2002. It's because Floyd thought he lost. Marcos Maidana, 2014. When did Floyd rematch him? 2014. It's because Floyd thought he lost. You know, look at Pacquiao's side of the rematch. Look at that. No comparison. Absolutely no comparison whatsoever. When you're talking about rematches, look at Pacquiao. He had a rematch with Marco Antonio Barrera 2003. 2007, that's a rematch. 4 years difference. Not the same year. 4 years difference. Now, it can go either way because people could say, oh, well, you didn't fight him in the same year. He fought him 4 years later. He could have fell off. True, but if you fought him in the same year, doesn't give dude much time to really figure Pacquiao out. Doesn't give him much time to let Pacquiao fall off. You know what I mean? So it can go both ways of the argument. I've already seen both sides. I understand. But, you know, like I said, when we're talking about, you know, rematches, look at this. Floyd has 2 rematches in his whole career against 2 people. Pacquiao's had a rematch, a 4-fight saga with Marquez, a 3-fight trilogy with Morales, and another rematch with Timothy Bradley. So, you know, if you really look at it, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What can you say when comparing both of their resumes? You can look at, you know, you can mention the Olympics and blah, blah, blah. And then you can mention the Olympics and Floyd, you know, his upbringing and all that stuff. But then you can also go over to Pacquiao and say, hey, he lived the Rocky story. He lived the life of Rocky Balboa. He came from nothing. He came from the streets and made it to the same level as Mayweather. So you can also say right there that he's the winner. So if you really want to look at that, you can go back to the records. Pacquiao 64 fights. Mayweather has 47 fights. I'm not a math whiz. Let me get a calculator real quick. Like I said, I freestyle these. 64 minus 47. That's 17 more fights. 47-0. I don't give a fuck. You got 17 less chances. 17 less opportunities to get knocked out than Pacquiao already in your career. You could talk shit about 5 losses, 2 draws, blah, 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 whatever. But look at the total fights. 64 fights. 47 fights. That's 17 more fights. 17 more men. 17 more boxers. 17 more opportunities for you to get beat. That Mayweather ain't got 64 fights. So that's my point. People always talking about 47-0. That don't mean shit. I mean a motherfucking thing. Tyson wasn't undefeated. Joe Louis wasn't undefeated. Muhammad Ali wasn't undefeated. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't undefeated. Tommy Hearns wasn't undefeated. Marvin Hagler wasn't undefeated. Aaron Pryor wasn't undefeated. My nigga Sugar Shane Mosley, when he was looking like Michael Jordan, didn't go undefeated. De La Hoya didn't go undefeated. Trinidad didn't go undefeated. Pernell Whitaker didn't go undefeated. Chavez didn't go undefeated. So save me that fucking bullshit, please. I love Floyd Mayweather. I'm a big fan, but he's not TBE. And his legacy is not even gonna be the greatest, I think, when he retires. I think even if he beats Pacquiao, his legacy will still be questioned because he avoided a lot of other dangerous fights out there. So, like I said, when you look at it this way, 64 fights versus 47. I don't give a fuck about that 0. The man's taken 17 more chances in the ring. So with that said, he wins this category too. But as far as being undefeated, Floyd wins that category. But as far as fights and being a fighter for the people, Pacquiao, winner. This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. I'm up out of here. Pacquiao's legacy, greater than Mayweather's. Peace.